One of the common questions I get asked by students is how to study smart, not hard. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Christina, and today I will walk you through what is studying smart and how we can do it. If you want more content like this, please like and subscribe to this channel. So, first of all, let's talk about what is studying smart. Studying smart is about using effective study methods that allow you to learn more in less time. It allows you to get better grades while studying less than other people. Studying smart is very important because it allows you to get good grades while still allow you to have other time to do things that you love. I have mentored other students before who are able to cut down their study time to half and still manage to improve their grades by studying smart. For example, one of my students, Alice, she used to score B while studying 5 hours a day, but she now cut down to studying 2 to 3 hours a day, including doing homework and scoring straight A's. How did she do that? How did my students manage to cut down their study time and still get better grades? Well, overall, you need to be intentional about your study and your life. Now, before we go ahead and get started, please give this video a like because it is really important for the algorithm so that this video can help more students. And if you want more videos like this, please subscribe. If you want to study effectively, there are 4 things that you need to think about. First, how to make sure you are in the best state for studying. You could check out our flow state video for that. I've included the link below. Number 2, using effective study methods, which is aka not reading stuff over and over again. Number 3, performance on the exam day. And number 4, mindset shift. In this video, we are going to focus on number 2, effective study methods. And if you're interested to learn about the other parts, comment below and let me know. Studying is a bit like cooking. There are many good recipes out there, and remember, you need different portions of different ingredients to be put in at different times. Working hard is like cooking oil. You need it, it is essential, but just putting in oil is not enough. And sometimes putting in too much oil is not a good thing for the dishes. Okay, so how can we study? You should actually split studying into 3 parts. We are going to call them GPA for this video. G stands for General Overview. P stands for Practice Questions. A stands for Exam Application. Let's talk about G, General Overview. When you first start studying a subject, you need an overview of it. This is the time to go wide, not deep. You want to understand that by the end of studying, what should you know? Most students don't even know what they're studying when they study. They kind of just flip to whatever's in front of them and dig their head and start learning. The problem of that is when I ask students, what are they studying? And they would say physics. But then when I try to dive deeper and ask what's in physics that they're studying, a lot of students would struggle to answer that. Are you one of them? Try to develop the habits of keep asking yourself, what am I studying? What am I learning right now? To make sure you know what you're learning. The first thing you should do when you study is to expose yourself to all the topics that you're gonna get tested on. Think of studying as drawing. You want to start by sketching the whole outline first so that you can get the overview, and you're supposed to fill in the details bit by bit afterwards. So to achieve this in studying, you need to use skimming. Skim through all the topics and get a general understanding of what you're learning. I know a lot of students, including myself, like to go super deep into the first few chapters, then runs out of time, then run out of energy for the later chapters. However, the earlier chapters usually don't get tested as much, and we end up getting a lot of questions wrong in the exam because they all come from the later chapters. After you skim through all the topics, draw a mind map to see how different topics all connect together. Trust me, this would help you understand information so much faster, which is super helpful. Remember, at this stage, you don't need to go deep, only go wide. So it should take you 15 to 30 minutes to read through each chapter, nothing longer than that. You can also write down the keywords from each chapter. Once you have skimmed through everything you need to learn and have a general understanding of what you're studying, you are ready for the second part of learning, which is P, starting to do practice questions on each topic. Read your textbooks or notes once, at most twice, and force yourself to start doing questions. You should do the questions without referring to the textbook and your notes. It will be painful because you will get a lot of stuff wrong, or you don't get a lot of stuff. And that's okay because it forced you through the thinking process, which is great for learning. Learn to be okay with not getting everything perfect at first. Start doing questions as you read through each chapter. Normally, textbook or revision guides will have questions at the end of the chapter. This is checking that you have a basic comprehension of the materials. You should also start doing past paper questions according to the topics. Don't worry about getting full marks at this point, because that will be for the next stage of studying. At this stage, you want to benefit from the hypercorrection effect, which is an interesting phenomenon. Us humans are much more likely to remember things when we get it wrong. That's why you want to start doing questions early, because it could flag out all the misconceptions you have and help you remember them. You need to do at least 3 to 5 questions on each topic. Do the questions, mark them, and find out the correct answers. After you have done that, you should have a pretty solid general understanding of the topic. It is much more effective to learn from your mistakes than reading textbooks or taking notes. Because of the hypercorrection effect, you will remember the information you got wrong a lot better. It is also good to check early whether you have any misconceptions. Okay, so first, you should gain a general overview of the topic. Then, you should start doing practice questions. After that, it is time for you to move on to stage 3, A, exam application. This is the point when you want to start doing past year exam papers. Remember, it is very important that you start doing it under exam conditions. Meaning, you should give yourself a set time. You should do it with no help and no pause. It does 2 things. First, it trains you for taking the actual exam. Because you have done past papers under exam conditions a few times before your actual exam, you will feel a lot more confident and less anxious in the actual exam. This would also help with your memory, and you're less likely to make careless mistakes. Secondly, this is the most efficient way to find out what kinds of questions are likely to come up, what is likely to get tested, and how questions are normally phrased. At this point, you should be able to score around 50% on past papers, and that's about right. It means that you didn't spend too much time on the previous 2 stages, but have already gained the basic knowledge. You should do the past paper once, mark it, and find out what you have gotten wrong. Learn all the corrected answers, and then repeat the same paper until you're able to achieve 100%. This should take doing the past papers 3 times. You are also supposed to understand all the questions and why you got them wrong. If you don't understand, refer to the textbooks and notes. If you still don't understand, search on YouTube or Google. If that still doesn't answer your questions, ask someone. Ask your teachers. Normally, your teachers are always happy to answer your questions. As a teacher, I could tell you that I'm really happy when my students ask me questions after they have think through it once or twice before. It is not easy to study this way, and that's why it is so much more effective than reading notes alone. The reason why you can study less but learn more is that you're learning at a much higher efficiency. Think about it. It is easy to walk for a few hours, but much harder to run for a few hours. However, you are likely to go further while running for 1 hour than walking for a few hours. Studying smart is like running, and reading textbook is like walking. When you study smart, you will be able to get the grades you want without having to spend too much time studying. This is really important because it gives you time to do other things that you love outside of studying. Studying is important, but it shouldn't be everything. Let's summarize this video. If you want to study smart, you need a study system. A good way of studying is to use the GPA system. Start studying by doing a general overview of the subjects you're learning, draw a mind map, and get a basic understanding of what you're learning. Once you have the general overview of the subject, start doing some practice questions to find out your misconceptions and fill in the gaps of your knowledge. The last and most important part of studying is to do past exam papers. Start doing them under exam conditions. If you want to learn about other aspects of studying smart, comment below and let me know. Before you go, remember to like and subscribe to this channel. See you next week.